Give me a second. Jamie, I remember our picnic at Rayamundi Park and reading John Wiener's, his line, "This morning with the blue flame burning." I remember that you had read an early piece of my book, Born Again, and feeling seen by you. I remember sweating in the sun with stubbly legs, and then finally, when you walked me a few steps to my door at Lobot, you made a parting joke that made my face crack into a shameless smile, that deep belly laugh we shared, and seeing your unguarded grin for the first time. When I shut the screen door, I watched your fading silhouette. You were going back east for a short visit, and I suddenly became consumed with the feeling of how much I preferred you to stay, which was striking because we had just met. I remember texting you tipsy from wedding cocktails on the exact day you flew back in and being anxious that I was just a bit too shameless in my yearning. I remember teasing you when you poured wine into a teardrop glass, then ambling with you inside, where it was dark, and grabbing a tall standing lamp and leaning it precariously on its side to point it directly at your face and take in the exact hue of your eyes, more sensation than color. I remember later unable to sleep from the strange, soulful giddiness, pulling a tarot card for direction, and crying when I got the Magician, because I felt like that archetypical figure, one who contains the whole in potential, a young man with myriad paths and directions at his disposal, but suddenly and irrefutably sure that I was about to embark on a journey with you that would last a lifetime, that we would find and support one another in our directionality. Sometimes a person just knows, and when I saw you in my mind that night, I saw the whole of our lives passing, both throughout time and also outside of it. Our love has always felt transcendent to me, not equaling the sum of both of our loving, but springing from something wild, beautiful, and unknowable, bigger than us. When I look at you now, I see both a directionality and also a future full of potential still unknown to us. The other day, when we went for a walk, I told you about how I was reading Sarah Ahmed's Living a Feminist Life, and how she writes about being directed, how power works as a mode of directionality, a way of orienting bodies to flow in codified or unspoken patterns, the way traffic flows and gains momentum, and how easily one is oriented in the direction and flow of power, how this habit of falling into the flow is something that can take away. Dear Jamie, as I stand here today on this momentous occasion, I vow to upset the flow of traffic with you. I vow to become willful with you when bicycles, cars, and pedestrians are zooming by and people are yelling from their trucks to fall in line. I vow to take your hand and to allow myself the presence of mind it takes for us to embrace the swerve of our hearts and inwardness. Yes, I vow to swerve when swerving is called for, to veer, to change direction, to be the first steps trampling a whole new path. I vow to love you. I can't imagine ever not being madly in love with you. And I vow to see you, to do my best to be present with the ways that you change and evolve throughout the duration of our lives together. The duration of our lives. Jamie, please remind me of this at times when I may have forgotten. I vow to be open, to provide space for your growth, and to pour myself into the space that you have so lovingly opened for me. I love you in a way that goes beyond the fathomless depths of time and this present world, as if I loved you before I was born, and will keep loving you after I return to the place from where I came. I love you from this world to the next. I love you.